You join us today at Marscow College in Lancashire for what is the second in the series of Cogent's dairy workshops. Last year, you may recall, we looked at the whole area of fertility. This year, the spotlight is on lameness. Now, when you look at the lameness statistics, they give quite a chilling picture, with over 25% of the UK's milking herd lame to some degree or other at any one time. But in addition to that, we have to look at the welfare of the dairy cow itself, and that is an area which the milk buyers are increasingly putting under scrutiny. To tell me more about that, I want to speak to Alan Radbourne, Arla's agricultural manager, to see what he has to say on the matter. Okay, I've caught up with Alan in front of this colossal 12,000 litre tank here at Marscow. Where else would I find him? Now Alan, why is Arla particularly interested in lameness?
Arla are interested in lameness because we sell Asda all of the milk that they buy, and so therefore the Asda expect good quality animal welfare for their consumer, and the consumer expects Asda to deliver that. So we have to have an interest in it because it's what the ultimate consumer wants, is good animal welfare, and lameness of course is one of those big issues within that. And
do you actually impose any conditions on your suppliers at the moment regarding lameness?
The National Dairy Farm Assurance Scheme imposes lameness issues, talks about how it's managed on farm, but Asda themselves don't actually impose it. Well, they do pay for a lot of working groups throughout the whole of the UK, 25 groups meeting 4 times a year, discussing animal welfare, where all the farmers get together with expert input talking about animal welfare, and lameness is one of them.
Because some people might say, Alan, that if you paid the farmers a bit more for their milk, they possibly might spend a bit more time monitoring lameness and improving the condition on the farm.
Yeah, that's an interesting question, and it's also one that I think a lot of farmers would agree with. But it doesn't guarantee anything, because actually, in truth, if you pay more money, then obviously you can deliver more. Doesn't mean you will. So I think there are some people now already paying more money for their milk, and actually saying, you know, there's some money for capital, and Asda are working with the farmers, investing it in that. So in truth, yes, it would make a difference providing the money was directed at animal welfare issues, but in truth, it isn't guaranteeing it.
That sounds like good news for dairy farmers, but just in the future, are you likely to be imposing any conditions, or milk buyers in general likely to be tightening up on the welfare conditions on farm?
I think going forward, you only have to look at what's happening with the industry as a whole, and there's no doubt that we're seeing television programmes all the time and all the other things within the media talking about animal welfare. The public themselves are becoming more and more aware and more demanding about what they expect for anything they buy in the supermarket. And Asda themselves are very, very interested, and that's why they're investing all that money in these meetings to drive that. So at the moment, will it go that way? I think farm assurance is being reviewed regularly, and that is pushing more and more, and that will be imposed that way. But the way Asda want to do it with their farmers is for us all to work together to look at how we can improve, because good animal welfare has to be good for the farmer, for the cow, and of course for the product we supply.
So you'd like a bit more money and a voluntary, cooperative approach for the future?
I think that's the way forward.
Thank you very much, Alan.
Thank you.